There's a certain things go to, and him cursing him out, threatening his family, calling him names. And I heard the kid had to pay like 15,000 for a trip that he wasn't even intending,
Hmm.
and like things like that. You don't know somebody's financial problems. The kid for all you know could have a gambling problem, and he needs the money or something. Like you know anything. His family could be having problems. He could anything could be going on, and you can't force somebody to pay for stuff and threaten people because they're not doing something you like. And I think the guy should be off the team
You think he should be just kicked off the team?
completely.
Okay. I mean, the way I see it is, it's scary because now they have to investigate if this is normal throughout the NFL,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what really scares me because you understand that the freshmen get treatment, they carry the pads in the NFL.
Hey, that's little stuff
I mean,
though.
that's the little stuff. They pay for dinner. There was a report a rookie had to pay a $30,000 meal ticket from Miami as well. $30,000 for a meal. Think about that. I'm lucky if I make that my first year working, and that's a meal for a rookie, and it probably doesn't make that much of a dent in his paycheck. Um, but the way I see it is he's suspended indefinitely, and now the question is, are the Dolphins going to cut him? But if they cut him, it'll actually cost them more money than to keep him on the roster
See,
at this point.
I think should be something in your contract where certain things like that you just get cut and not paid. Like it should be a clause in your contract
Hmm.
because that's not acceptable at all. You're supposed to be as much as you don't. If they don't want to accept it, you're a role model to kids out there, and you're an NFL player. You represent a lot more than just yourself.
Yeah.
And if
Now,
you're gonna act like that, you shouldn't be paid.
do you put any responsibility on the coaches? Because I think it's hard. It's hard for me to believe that the coaches didn't know this was going on.
No,
Because the coaches are there all the time.
I think it's easy to not know what's going on.
Really?
If you're a coach, and this being a college athlete, I could think of a numerous amount of times we have conversations as players and coaches know nothing about it, or incident can happen and coaches won't know, and it is dependent on coaches staying together and the players staying together, and it's honestly it's easier than you would think that a coach not knowing what's going on, because say the bill does come, say all the players go out to eat and the coach is home or the coach is on the other side of the restaurant,
Yeah.
you're not gonna know that they or not chipping in.
Yeah.
Because the guy's not gonna come and say, "Hey, coach, this guy's bullying me." Like, what grown man's gonna do that? You know?
Exactly. But I mean, and someone made I don't remember who, but another former NFL player said that part of it falls on the rookie's head because he shouldn't take it. You're a grown man, don't take this. Like step up for yourself, but he didn't.
I mean, it's not too many Des Bryans in the world. Where
Exactly.
he's gonna say,
Yeah.
"I'm a football player. You're a football player. Carry your own path."
Yeah.
And it went on for a while, and then they did Des Bryant the same way. He ended up paying a $50,000 check,
Yeah.
and nobody had a problem with that when that happened.
No.
Because Des Bryant acted out. So it made it look like it was his fault, like they got him back. And the whole world, society, nobody had a problem with it. But now that it happened, and this content is totally different.
Now, do you think Miami is going to be distracted by this whole entire scenario right now? Even though it's only like for these two specific players, but heading into I think they have a Monday night game this week against Tampa Bay.
I mean, not really. Media's gonna be there regardless. It's just now they have something to talk about. So it's actually they're there just for being there. And I don't think it's. I mean, it's a big deal, but I don't think it's something that's gonna distract the whole team.
No, and they're playing Tampa Bay anyway, so it shouldn't distract them very much anyway.
But the thing is, I think it's fun to like rookies carry equipment, rookies bring you donuts in the morning, little stuff like that. But talking about $15,000 and you talking about threatening a man, and that's crossing the line.
Yeah,
Completely.
I think so too. Herm Edwards on ESPN said that he made rookies bring him a dozen Krispy Kreme hot donuts every game day morning, and he just pointed someone out in practice. Says, "It's you this week. It's you next week. It's you the week after that."
That's $6 out of your pocket.
That's not
If
that much.
$6 is nothing. So I don't know. But like again, I'm saying it's very easy for coaches not to know what's going on. Especially as a grown man, you got a lot of pride. You don't want to go tell another grown man your problem.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I thought that the coaches would have a pulse on the situation. I mean, even if like the way this is now, I don't know anything obviously. But I think a coach should be able to see like the body language of players have toward one another, and should be able to see from that if like a player is having like a problem with another player.
I don't know, man. It's honestly hard because as a coach, as say a football coach, how many people in the locker room? Like 60.
There's 50 people on a roster, 52 people on a roster.
All right, so I mean, yeah, you see everybody, but you're not really seeing everybody.
You're not keying in on something.
Yeah, you're not
exactly.
really.
Okay.
And it's something so minor like that. Not minor. The whole situation is crazy, but something so minor as walking around being sad or down. It could be a million other things before you even guess that another teammate is bullying you. And I don't know. It's tough. It really is tough. But I don't think there's no way for the NFL to do an investigation on it.
You don't think the NFL can like find a solution to it?
No, it's still gonna happen. What you gonna say? Rookie's gonna be treated like a 10-year vet?
Yeah, I mean, even the refs treat rookies differently. You're gonna get a penalty call on you if it's controversial if you're a rookie, but if you're a 10-year veteran, you pick that flag back up.
Yeah, like I don't like that neither. Like the superstar call, I don't like that at all. Like LeBron go to the hole
foul
with 50 seconds left in the game, foul. But let Eric Snow say he's in the NBA still, he go to the hole. It's like nothing. I didn't see it. Foul. Like that's not acceptable.
That happens in college though too. That might happen to you this year.
No, even last year. It's a moment out. Hey, we have to drop the ball. We're gonna get a call, and referee's gonna blow the whistle. Aside of somebody else going to the hole.
You mean even if you don't like it, you just got to go with it because that's the way the game is.
Yeah, and you got to adapt. That's the only way to survive. You got to adapt to what's going on.
You got to adapt and to play the game, obviously. Yeah. So, quick sidetrack. Obviously, free throws more important in basketball this year because more one-on-one situations, more double bonus. Are you guys practicing extra free throws during practice and prepare for that?
A lot of free throws going up after practice and before practice.
What's the percentage of coaches want you hitting from the free throw line?
I mean, up to him, it would be 100.
Realistically.
90%.
90%. You're Steve Nash. Everyone has to be Steve Nash mentality at the free throw line.
Coach sets the bar high always. So 85 to 90.
How many people hit that mark?
A good amount right now, but it's not 5,000 fans screaming your name and booing you, so it's easy to shoot them in practice.
I mean, obviously everything's a little bit better in practice. Now, do you know the story of the Duke Speedo guy?
No, I haven't.
I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, but Duke, they have crazy fans in Cameron Indoor, crazy fans. It was during a North Carolina game. Speedo guy, he tells the entire Duke student section behind the basket to be quiet. Everyone just to calm down. Everyone agrees. They're like, we don't know what's going on. And a UNC player goes up for a free throw, and he comes up only in a Speedo and starts doing a dance. And only a Speedo, just dancing and going crazy. And the Tartar player missed both free throws just because he was so distracted. And they did a special on it on ESPN during like a college game.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'll send you the video. It's absolutely hilarious. But with something like that, is something like that really that distracting when you see something as crazy as that?
One time at Hofstra, we played them, and it was just this humongous guy behind the basket. And he took his shirt off and just started hands in the air, just shaking around, going crazy. And it really is like, you're trying to focus here, and you just see this guy shaking everywhere. It's like, man. It really can distract you, though.
Really?
More than everybody going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, at least everything's the same. It's just that one guy going. It's like, wow, he's really getting my attention.
Nobody think of those signs where you spin it and it's like the circle and it's like supposed to make you dizzy.
I mean, those work too, especially if it's two on both sides. It really messes with you.
If it really messes with you, don't give anyone scouting reports. Fans, here are these two signs for Sean. Remember, shoot your free throw. Don't do that.
Yeah, those definitely work. But it's a lot of tactics that could work. That's funny though.
Yeah, I mean, I'll send you the video. It's the best distraction I've seen. It's absolutely great. Like people have the big signs and everything, but when you get one person just to go crazy like that,
and everybody's quiet at that.
Coach K made a comment after the game. He's like, "We will no longer be having Speedos in the stands." Because like Coach noticed it, and the guy was like, "Oh man, bummer," because he didn't allow Speedos anymore.
I don't get why Coach K wouldn't like that.
I don't know either. Maybe he just didn't like the idea of someone standing basically naked in the middle of an arena.
I guess Coach K is not a fan of the beach.
He wouldn't be a fan of water polo either.
Oh no, definitely not.
But I mean that's the craziest thing I've heard. But I mean that's got to be distracting, obviously. But we're backtracking to connect it. You guys are practicing free throws, and it's not game time yet because there's gonna be pressure moments and stuff like that. But let's get back to football because your Minnesota Vikings had a very, very competitive game against the Dallas Cowboys.
Before we talk about our loss, did you see Adrian Peterson truck?
Oh my God!
Everybody into the end zone.
Oh my God!
I don't know how you scored.
That is how a man runs.
Yeah.
That is how a man is meant to run. Yeah. Right, that right there. He had like 5 people on his back. I was like, nope, I'm just gonna keep on going.
Legit was off both his feet, on the side, and then just boarded back forward. I don't get how you did it.
That's absolutely crazy. No, it was the best run of the week, and it was only like a 12-yard run. Yeah. But he took on almost basically every defender.
Did you see the Bengals run? I think it was the Bengals.
Giovanni Bernard. Yeah, Thursday night. I'm gonna go one way. Nope. Just go completely the other way.
That was unreal.
They said it was reminiscent of Barry Sanders. That play.
That's crazy. What about Megatron?
Dude,
his stats.
Oh my God! 2 weeks ago, what was it? 370 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns. That was against the Dallas Cowboys. Des Bryant was like, I'm as good as Calvin Johnson. Ain't got to worry about it. Calvin Johnson's like, nope, you're not as good as me.
Who's better to you?
Calvin Johnson. Oh, my God, please.
By far?
By far. He's by far the best receiver in the NFL.
Through the first 50 games, their stats are hand in hand, and actually Des Bryant's stats are a little bit better.
That's because he's a Tony Romo for every single game. Calvin Johnson's been without Stafford before because Stafford gets hurt like a baby.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I think I'll take Calvin Johnson too, but...
How could you not take Calvin Johnson?
No, you do, but it's not like by far. Des Bryant is a great player.
He's a great player, but Calvin Johnson's an A-plus player. He's by far the best receiver in the NFL. I put Des Bryant top 5.
So who's number 2?
Number 2 receiver in the NFL. Am I allowed to put tight ends, or is this just wide receivers?
I mean, if you go tight ends, I'm going Gronk right away.
I'd put Tony Gonzalez over Gronk.
No.
Or Jimmy Graham.
No.
Right now?
Nobody's better than Gronk.
Well, I'm glad you say that as a Patriots fan. I'm perfectly content with you saying that. There's nothing wrong with that statement at all.
Nobody's better than Gronk.
But I think Tony Gonzalez is still the best tight end I would have on the field. Just because he's been in the league forever, he knows every defense, and he has hands of steel. He doesn't drop anything.
I don't know. But I was so happy to see Gronk. And I hate the Patriots, but I was so happy to see Gronk back.
Gronk spike went nuts with the first Gronk spike.
Everybody loved it.
And the Patriots looked good.
Yeah,
Patriots looked really good, even though it's against the Steelers, which is a rough go. But we sidetracked from your Minnesota Vikings.
I try to get you there.
No, I'm gonna drag you back because I want your take on this whole entire situation because you guys had the lead late. You pick off Tony Romo, and you have a chance to win, get your second win of the season, and really hurt the Dallas Cowboys in their division. But you guys can't hold on to it late. What were your thoughts at the end of that game?
I don't know. That just shows how the season goes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing else to say. Sadly, Agent Peterson need to get out of there.
You think he needs to get out of there?
Yeah, why waste your career you're great with a terrible team? It's not like next year they're gonna get better. It's like a 3-year plan with that team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's time for him to go.
Where do you see him fitting in, if anywhere?
Man, if you're gonna stay with a bad team, go to Oakland.
Why would you? He'd be traded. Why would he go to another bad team?
I'm saying if you're gonna stay with a bad team, you might as well go Oakland. They're on the rise right now.
They are on the rise. Terrell Pryor, the quarterback. They have Darren McFadden, who's very, very fragile.
They have pieces that they can work with over there. How about the Chiefs?
The Chiefs are the weakest 9-0 team I've ever seen in my life. In my lifetime.
I never heard anything like that.
They are not that good. I'm sorry. They're not that good.
They're 9-0.
They're 9-0, but you see if they played? They played cupcakes. They played cupcake teams.
So they played 9 cupcake teams, what you telling me?
Okay. They didn't score an offensive touchdown against the Buffalo Bills. They won on their defense. Their defense is great. Do not get me wrong. Their defense is really good.
So that makes them even better because they have different ways to win games.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Right?
If they go up against Denver, who wins?
As of right now, you might have to go with the Chiefs.
What?
You might have to go with the Chiefs.
What?
The 9-0. You can't doubt
that
anybody.
That is the most ridiculous statement I've heard.
You cannot doubt anybody that's 9-0.
So you think, okay, I think that right now, New Orleans could beat the Chiefs. I think Denver could beat the Chiefs. I think San Francisco could beat the Chiefs.
Who do the Chiefs play next?
The Chiefs have, I believe, a bye this week. Then they play Denver next.
All right, so we see that game. Perfect.
Denver wins by 2 touchdowns.
Denver might get the second loss of the season.
I respectfully disagree with that. You look at their schedules. They play Jacksonville.
Okay.
Jacksonville. It doesn't even count as a game. It's another preseason game. It was week 1 of the season. Count that as another preseason game. Then they play Dallas. A good win in Dallas. I'll give you. Dallas is a good team.
Yes.
Then you played Philadelphia. Not that good of a team this year. Besides Nick Foles last week, which was Peyton Manning must be furious that he dare tie his record. Then you played New York Giants. Not a good team.
Oh, good.
Tennessee Titans. Not that good of a team. Oakland. Not that good of a team. Mm-hmm. Houston Texans. Not that good of a team. And then you barely beat Cleveland, who's on the rise.
But they beat Cleveland, but continue.
And then Buffalo, who didn't score a touchdown against, and your defense scored all your touchdowns. And Buffalo had their 3rd string quarterback.
Now, they are 9-0, correct?
Yes. But they rank 29th in the NFL in passing yards. 29th. So if they get behind in the game, good luck trying to catch up.
But it just shows if they're throwing that game, then good luck beating them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're winning in ways where you shouldn't win. So that makes them even that much tougher.
When they don't catch a break one game, like for instance, they got a pick six because a rookie quarterback threw the ball into a defender on the 1 yard line. The Bills last week, they got a pick six. Peyton Manning's not going to make that mistake. They can't live on the mistakes of other teams, which they've done so far at times with the Browns, with the Bills, with New York. The New York Giants are in that game. They rank 29th in the NFL passing. If they get behind by more than a touchdown, they're not going to win that game.
Hey, no, I'm going with the numbers don't lie theory, and the 29th in the league, but you're winning games. Something's right. The defense is good enough, and then that the little offense that they have is working.
Okay. Also, opponents average rushing 120 yards per game against the Chiefs.
How much is the average passing?
They average only allowing 208 passing yards per game.
That's great.
It's okay, but now let's build on that right now, because if you allow the team to run the ball, they're gonna have time of possession on you. If you get a team, for instance, like they play San Diego week 12. San Diego has Ryan Matthews and Danny Woodhead and Ronnie Brown. They are all good running backs, and they can control the clock as long as Phil Rivers doesn't make any stupid decisions.
Yeah.
That's why I could see a team like San Diego upsetting Kansas City, because they can control 40 minutes of the clock, only give 20 minutes to Kansas City, and Kansas City doesn't have that great of an offense. And that's why I could see San Diego like a team that could upset Kansas City.
That was working. That's all I gotta go with. You can't.
I'm absolutely baffled that you think that the Kansas City Chiefs could beat the Denver Broncos.
Now what are you gonna tell me if they beat them next week? What are you gonna say? It was luck.
I
know you're gonna tell me it was luck.
In 2 weeks, if Kansas City beats Denver, I will
shriek over Coach Krampus.
Okay, that's a little bit too far. But I will say on the station that you were right, and I will say something ridiculous, but it's just not gonna happen.
You have to tweet that you love Kansas City.
I will tweet that I love Kansas City if they win that game. We have that wager right now.
Yeah.
But there's just no way that's going to happen. In Mile High Stadium.
Hey, 9-0 team. When you give a person confidence, they feed off it. Let's leave it at that. You give a bad player confidence, they think they Michael Jordan.
Okay, now I can agree with that, but also they're heading into this game off a bye week, which means I think some of the momentum is going to go down the drain. Because as much as you want to say, I think having a week off in the NFL kills your momentum if you're winning, because you want to get on that field.
I agree, but then again, you could say that it's great. We could study Peyton Manning. You can make up. You could just turn it somehow.
You can't study Peyton Manning. People have tried studying Peyton Manning.
I agree with you, but I'm saying they can just flip it like that.
Okay, now I want to look at the Kansas City's rest of the schedule. They have Denver, San Diego, Denver, Washington are their 4 games after the bye. I could see any of those 4 teams beating Kansas City.
They win 2 out of 4.
They win 2 out of those 4 games.
Yep.
Okay, so they'll be so then at that point
11-2.
They'll be 11-2. They'll probably have the same record as Denver. And you still put Kansas City above Denver?
Kansas City's gonna Kansas City's gonna beat the Broncos
twice.
Yes. No, not twice, just once.
Okay, they go Denver, San Diego, then Denver again, then Washington. Those 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So you think they'll split, and then they'll split the Washington, San Diego games?
They're not gonna go undefeated. They're gonna beat the Broncos. I'm confident with that.
What seed do you see the Chiefs finishing in the AFC? 1 through 6.
They're gonna finish first.
You think they're gonna win home field advantage throughout the entire playoffs?
Yes.
They are not gonna win home field advantage.
So you're telling me they're gonna go on a 4-game losing streak?
No, I'm saying they're gonna go on a 3-game losing streak, and they're gonna finish maybe 13-3 or something, or 12-4. I could see them finishing, and Denver's gonna get home field advantage.
Well, I cannot wait till they play against each other.
Oh man, this is the first time we've really truly disagreed on the show, and because you are wrong. There's just no way. There's absolutely no way. They rank 29th in the NFL passing.
They are 9-0. You can't deny that.
Okay, they're 9-0, but they played nobody. They played absolutely nobody. That's like saying St. Peter's goes 9-0 to start the MAC. They're undefeated. You can't say that. Oh, they're on fire. Hey.
If the team's winning, they're winning. What's he gonna say? All right, my freshman year, we beat St. Peter's twice by 30. We lost to them in the chip by 4.
I remember that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
What? We're obviously the better team. We averaged 25 points per game winning against them, and they won. You give anybody confidence, they can beat anybody. That's my point right here. They have the confidence to beat Broncos.
Do they have the confidence to beat the Broncos? Yes. But is confidence enough? No. Talent also matters.
All right, so we'll see next week. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, it's in 2 weeks.
All right,
so next week we can muster this even more.
Okay.
And then in 2 weeks from now, I'm going to come on the show and be like, you're wrong. And it happens.
We will see.
And now that same thing's gonna happen when the Pelicans reach the playoffs. I'm just gonna be like, I'm sorry, Sean.
Not gonna
You're
make
right.
the playoffs.
Yep. I'm just telling you, Anthony Davis, he's gonna make the All-Star team this year. Anthony Davis.
I can agree with that.
All right, at least we agree on that. At least we agree on that.
We left it on a good note.
We left it on a good note. All right, that's all the time we got here for Out of Bounds. Sean Armand, John Zango here at WICR. You heard the wager. In 2 weeks from now, if the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Denver Broncos, I will tweet that I love Kansas City and that they're the best team in the NFL if they beat Denver 2 weeks from now. But it won't happen, so we have nothing to look forward to. But just in case you want to write it down somewhere, just to show Sean he was wrong.
We have it recorded.
We have it recorded. But I want to thank you everyone for tuning in. This will be up online shortly for everyone who wants to listen once again or to pass it on. Enjoy your Tuesday night, and we'll see you guys next week here on Out of Bounds. John Stanko and Sean Armont.
I don't know what they're doing down there, Big Shot Rob.
That ball is high, that is far, it is good!
You can listen to the Sports Vault every Friday from 12:30 to 1:30 on WICR.